Imagine waking up, opening your crypto wallet, and seeing brand new tokens sitting there completely free. No purchase, no trading, no complicated mining rigs, just free crypto, dropped in because you were early, active, or simply in the right place at the right time. That's the power of airdrops, and in 2025, they're bigger, bolder, and more rewarding than ever. We're not talking about tiny scraps worth a few dollars anymore. Some of the biggest projects in the world are handing out life-changing sums to early users. And today we're counting down 7 of the most exciting airdrops you can claim right now. We're starting at number 7 and working our way down to the absolute top opportunity that could put serious weight into your wallet.
Let's start with number 7, where we find a community favorite that has grown from a simple NFT collection into a full-blown ecosystem, Pudgy Penguins. What began as cute digital penguins has transformed into one of the most ambitious Web3 brands out there. In 2025, they launched their token, PENGU, and with it came one of the largest airdrops we've seen on Solana. This wasn't just free coins for holders, it was an entire access pass to the Pudgy world. Holders suddenly found themselves able to unlock exclusive content, gain entry to digital events, access streams, stake their tokens for rewards, and interact with a new layer of experiences built on their abstract network, a layer 2 designed specifically to power Web3 communities. What makes this so interesting isn't just the money side, though for some people it was massive. It's the way they tied community and utility together. Pudgy Penguins have always been about vibes and identity, but now with PENGU, those vibes translate into actual economic incentives. If you were holding a Pudgy Penguin NFT or active within their ecosystem, you probably already reaped the benefits. If you weren't, this is a reminder. Sometimes the silly-seeming projects, the ones built around memes, cuteness, or culture, become the ones that deliver some of the largest rewards. Sliding into number 6, we turn to a much more technical but equally exciting project, Succinct and their dollar-proof token. Now this one is all about zero-knowledge infrastructure, one of the hottest areas of blockchain technology right now. Succinct launched their mainnet in August of this year and celebrated with an airdrop campaign that rewarded early adopters, testnet users, developers, and community contributors. And this wasn't just a couple $1,000 scattered around. They dropped $100,000 worth of proof tokens alongside additional rewards in USDT. What's fascinating about Succinct is that it isn't chasing hype with flashy marketing. It's rewarding people who actually helped build the foundation. If you were tinkering with the testnet, staking, voting, and governance proposals, or just staying active in the community, you are on their radar. That's what I love about this airdrop. It's a sign of maturity in the space. It says, we value actual contributions, not just wallets that sign 1,000 transactions hoping to farm free money. For the people who engage meaningfully, this wasn't just free crypto, it was recognition of their effort. And for everyone else, it's a lesson. The earlier you get involved with protocols that push real technical boundaries, the greater your chance of being rewarded when they launch their tokens. Now let's move to number 5, where things get really juicy, because here we're not talking about a single project but a cluster of giants. In 2025, projects like Berachain, Kaito AI, Protocol, and Solayer Labs unleashed massive airdrops with hundreds of millions combined. Let's start with Berachain. If you were around in the testnet phase or held one of the quirky Bong Bear NFTs, you might have qualified for what many are calling the largest airdrop of the year. We're talking nearly $700 million in value distributed to the community. That's staggering. Kaito AI took a different approach. This project sits at the intersection of artificial intelligence and blockchain, offering tools that leverage on-chain data with machine learning models. Their airdrop wasn't just about rewarding early testers, it was about bootstrapping a community of AI-curious crypto enthusiasts. $200 million worth of tokens went into circulation through that airdrop, a serious sum that gave users a stake in the project's future. Then we have Protocol, a network designed to decentralize intellectual property and content creation. They dropped $190 million in tokens to early creators, testers, and engaged users. And Solayer Labs chipped in with their own distribution worth $123 million. Put it all together, and you start to see the theme. In 2025, airdrops aren't just gimmicks anymore. They're major capital distributions designed to bootstrap ecosystems and give real ownership to the people who helped shape them. As we rise to number 4, the spotlight turns to interoperability and scalability, the bread and butter of crypto infrastructure. Here, projects like LayerZero, Scroll, Linea, Blast UP, and Best Wallet dominate the conversation. Each of these has been running or recently completed airdrops, and each has done it in a way that rewards active participation rather than blind speculation. LayerZero, with its omni-chain messaging protocol, has been one of the most anticipated airdrops for years, and in 2025 it delivered. Users who bridged assets across chains, used decentralized exchanges powered by LayerZero, or actively engaged in the ecosystem found themselves eligible for ZRO tokens. Scroll, another ZK rollup contender, rewarded developers and testers who had been experimenting with its network. Linea, backed by Consensus, continued to reward early dApp deployers and users. Even something as seemingly simple as Best Wallet rolled out an airdrop to its loyal base, handing out tokens that can be used for governance and fee discounts. What ties these together is utility. These aren't meme plays or hype campaigns. These are essential pieces of the blockchain puzzle, rewarding the people who actually help them grow. Stepping into number 3, we start to wade into speculation. Some airdrops this year are already legendary, but others are still rumored, still developing, still on the horizon. Projects like Abstract Chain, Monad, Hyperliquid, Pump.Fun, and Axiom are generating whispers in the community. Abstract Chain, spun out of the same team that powered Pudgy Penguins Layer 2, is already experimenting with XP systems and engagement rewards. Monad is making noise as a next-generation execution environment with high throughput and developer incentives. Hyperliquid has been catching the eyes of DeFi traders, while Pump.Fun leans into memecoin culture with on-chain launching tools that practically scream airdrop potential. These are less certain, of course, but that's part of the thrill. If you're early, if you're testing, if you're experimenting with these platforms before they're household names, you're positioning yourself for the possibility of future drops. Remember, Uniswap was once a little DEX nobody thought much of, and its retroactive airdrop handed out thousands of dollars to anyone who'd swapped even once. That leads us neatly into number 2. At number 2, we're not talking about a single airdrop in 2025, but rather the continuation of a tradition that has already minted countless mini-millionaires. Retroactive rewards from giants. Look at what happened with Uniswap, Arbitrum, and Celestia. Users who were simply there early, swapping tokens, testing rollups, or staking testnet assets, woke up one day to find themselves holding airdrops worth thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. In 2025, we're seeing that same playbook repeat. Protocols understand that the best way to cement loyalty is to go back and reward the people who were with them before the hype. So while some of these opportunities aren't announced in flashy campaigns, they're still unfolding quietly in the background. Every transaction you make on a new network, every DAO vote, every bit of liquidity you provide, it could be setting you up for a payday down the line. And that brings us to number 1, the crown jewel of 2025's airdrop season, Berachain. Yes, we mentioned it earlier as part of the cluster at number 5, but it deserves to stand alone at the very top. That's because the sheer scale of Berachain's airdrop sets it apart from everything else this year. Nearly $700 million in value distributed to testnet users, NFT holders, and community contributors. That's not just big, it's ecosystem defining. It shows how seriously Berachain takes its community, and it raises the bar for what an airdrop can be. If you were there early, you know exactly how massive this was. And if you missed it, it's a reminder. Pay attention to emerging ecosystems. The next Berachain is always out there, just waiting for early adopters to take notice. Smash that like button, subscribe for more countdowns and breakdowns, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Because in crypto, timing is everything. The next airdrop, the next protocol, the next life-changing opportunity, it's always closer than you think.